Let's bring you this now. Midrand residents are up in arms over the continued water outages due to Rand water maintenance. The water utility is saying the area's supply system is the most affected despite the restoration following maintenance. Let's get some detail now, and we're joined by Nombuso Shabalala, spokesperson for Joburg Water. Nombuso, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Is there an explanation for why the residents in the Midrand area seem to be suffering the most when it comes to these water outages?
Yes, good evening, Polly, and good evening to the viewers. As you correctly mentioned, so Johannesburg water systems are still recovering from the planned rainwater maintenance, which concluded on Monday the 15th. So in terms of the systems that were affected, it was Sandton, Linksfield, South Hills, and the Midrand area. So far, it is only some parts of Midrand that are still struggling. We have seen improvement as of this morning, and we progressively see a lot of areas now receiving water, although some areas it's a low water pressure, but we are seeing improvements as of today.
In terms of its geographical location, is it considered among the high-lying areas, which means that as the water is being filtered through, as the restoration is being carried out, it'll take time for those high-lying areas to eventually get water? Is that the explanation, or there is something completely different?
So that's partly the explanation, Coley. So we do know whenever we experience water outages or recovery, areas in high-lying areas would be the last to recover. But I wouldn't say the whole of Midrand is a high-lying area. It's a combination of reasons. It's the size and complexity of the Midrand system as compared to the other systems which have recovered. So it's a combination of both.
So when can people expect water in their taps? Because this has now been going on for at least a couple of days. For those people, especially colleagues that I work with here who live in that area, they say from Saturday they started experiencing these water cuts, and up until today, water has not been fully restored.
So remember, Rand Water started their maintenance on the 13th, which would have been on Saturday, and they concluded on Monday, the 15th. So it would be normal that on Saturday, residents wouldn't have water or have low water pressure because Rand Water hadn't finished their maintenance. So after they finished on Monday, what we communicated to residents is that in terms of the recovery of Johannesburg water systems, it does take time. So this is between 3 to 5 days. And we are still in that 5-day window, this being day 4, if I'm not mistaken. So more and more areas are expected to recover overnight, and more are expected to have water supply restored by tomorrow.
Contingency measures, are there water tankers doing the rounds so that people at least are able to flush toilets and the like?
Correct. So we have a combination of stationary and roaming water tankers that have been deployed to the affected areas. So what we did is, as Sandton, as Linksfield, as South Hills recovered, those water tankers were redeployed to the Midrand area to assist in the recovery. So we will have water tankers up until all the areas have recovered. We are working with ward councillors who do tell us where we should place the water tankers, because they would know their areas and their constituencies and wards more than we would.
Thank you very much for your time.